How much of the first one did you catch?
I joined in, I think, during game 2 when Mech was already going to take the win, not to spoil the previous match, but Mech was looking really solid. I was surprised. To be honest, it was one of those situations where I expected Evoh at some point to just win. I was like, yeah, Mech's doing good right now, but eventually Evoh, even when he was down like in game 4, I'm like, Evoh's going to figure it out, but he didn't, so that's why I'm excited for this one.
Well, it's good to have you here. Let me see if I can adjust my volume here. Some people are saying I'm a little low. Love that window sound. All right, how can you hear me now?
I can hear you just fine.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay, you're good. All right.
That was saying I was low. I don't know if you turned me up.
Yes, I did turn you up. Let me.
Are you going to be doing the NA 1v1 weekend for RLCS?
I wish they didn't hire me. That's all right. I'll be watching.
I wasn't sure. I hadn't checked. I'm only doing the 1v1 stuff, so
no,
I'm doing it.
Yeah, the 1v1 stuff is pretty. I feel like that has been huge for giving 1v1s legitimacy. So, I'm pumped to see it. Reset here. All right, and you're in the lobby as well, right? You can see everything?
Yep. Yeah, right. I've seen it all. Otherwise, it'd be super delayed.
Oh, it's a nice, strong start for Mech. And also, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the rules, but this is good for everyone out there. A lot of people tuning in for the first time today, having lots of questions. Players can rematch only once a week. So you can play the same person twice in a week. And each week is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I do allow for one salty run back, but then you're not allowed to keep queuing because you want to avoid win trading type situations. And Mech is picking up where he left off.
This is an insane run from Mech because I was just checking the top 100 leaderboard. After he finished this previous series, I was like, has he been grinding more ones than I'm aware of? Because I've seen him play. I actually covered him in some games against Zapatos. Honestly, don't know how I thought maybe they played him for
I saw that video.
Protocol.
It was replays that you reviewed.
Yeah, well, it was Zapatos uploads every single one of his replays, and I had heard about Mech, and I wanted to look into him, and I saw that he had 1v1 replays against Zapatos. So I went and watched them. I thought maybe it was for this, but this hadn't started yet. Well, do you know if they played them for Ascension Protocol, like, unranked or something?
So I brought Zapatos because he helped out with... Oh, my gosh, this was like, let's watch this for a second. Okay.
He's going next. He's going next. He's had enough.
Wow.
This is classic Evoh. Oh, my goodness.
All right. So Mech wins game 1. Insane stuff from Mech. But what I was going to say is Zapatos was kind of serving on a player council. I brought him in. I'm friends with him. He came out for Turf Wars, and Alex and his brother Michael. Really cool, both of them. But Zapatos, when I was trying to get this done, he was one of the first people I contacted. And Mech also joined the server quite early. And I actually got to play against Mech in the preseason. We had a little preseason queue where I just had it open to test out to see if things would work. And Mech was in there playing. And so I think that's where Zapatos and Mech connected. I don't know for certain, though. But I do know that they were both in here and talking in the Discord. So it's possible, but I don't know for certain.
Well, Mech had some good games. When Mech played Zapatos, he did get a win. But just based off of watching Zapatos, this is a nice power shot.
Yeah, it was.
Based off just watching him, I could tell that he was like freestyling a little bit. You know, like Zapatos is a guy who, when he's trying to win, he's like all over the ball. He's like as crazy as possible. I could tell there was maybe a little lower stakes for whatever matches they were playing, because he's trying to like hit crazy stuff. Ended up losing one of the games by 1. But I mean, a series win against Evoh is the kind of thing that only one other person is doing regularly, and that's Diaz, the guy who's like winning everything in North America. So this is a huge like first. I'm not sure if Mech has played many show matches or anything. It's a big debut for him here.
Oh, and honestly, like I was telling other people, at 14 years old, I was eating boogers playing Viva Pinata. Like, I can't imagine being 14 and already showing this much potential and getting results as big as Mech's doing. Like, he's carrying Flitz to a regional. I say that tongue in cheek because Flitz actually did play really well, but this is I'm not kidding when I say I look at Mech and he very well could be somebody who's being on the best team in NA here in a few years, if not sooner. And Mech does tie up this game as well.
Evoh has made his big upgrade in ones through defense, which I know somebody mentioned in the comments with him playing against Diaz recently in the Salt line. But that just goes to show what Mech is doing on offense. Mech has hit like a free flow form with that game number 1, where he is just, when everything's hitting, it really is just free play for you. And the thing is, Evoh bounces back quickly, man. He had 3 minutes to try and make up 5. He never does that, or he very rarely tries to do that. He just goes next. But Evoh is probably the guy who's won the most series that included a forfeit of a game, if that makes sense. Like, Evoh has lots of forfeits in his eventual wins. And so it could be
it could be tactical. You know, it's like in a StarCraft game, you see people GG all the time. So that is quite interesting, though. And Evoh, another player that was at Turf Wars as well, which I didn't realize that was your first LAN ever.
Yeah, me? Yeah, that's my only LAN ever.
Really? Let's run it back.
That's what I'm saying.
And Evoh, what a bounce back in game 2, up 4-1. 3:13 left on the clock. We'll see if Mech can stabilize things a little bit. Oh, it's going to give up another one here, though. Evoh, what do you call that? Oh, he missed it. He was trolling. Does get it in the end, but wow, that could that was kind of funny.
When I tuned in and I saw Mech in the lead, this is actually what I was expecting to see from Evoh. Like, I was like, oh, Evoh's maybe, you know, taking it a little bit easy on the youngster. But that wasn't the case. I mean, Mech, you know, was playing a full-on Evoh who's going for air dribble bumps, and etc. over the last, I had to reset, over the last series. But clearly the Evoh I expected popped out now that he's got his 5-goal lead.
Well, to be fair as well, I was kind of expecting Evoh to walk away with the series as well. And in game 4, in the end, when it was tied up, going to overtime, I was thinking, okay, Evoh's probably going to win this one and force game 5, but Mech did clutch up. So who knows? Maybe Mech can bounce back. Still plenty of time left. 2:26 on the clock. 3-goal deficit, and a nice kickoff to start things out as well for Mech. And how has that been, Fear, for you getting to be on the official broadcast for 1v1s? That's kind of a big deal.
It was fun, man. I've been doing 1v1 for a really long time, so I always imagined. That's just a great play, so quick for Evoh. But I always imagined being a lot more nervous. But I talked about this before, as Mech's gonna forfeit here, so trading forfeits to open up the second series. But when I don't know if anybody else maybe can compare, maybe doesn't do like commentating or something, but if you have like a meeting where you present in, or anything where you feel like you're really, really prepared and you're
what you're talking about.
It, like the nerves go away. And so going into ones, I was like, I know this, you know. So I was just ready to go. I had a ton of fun with it. Didn't really feel that nervous at all, but it was a great time. It was good. You know, it's tough because I can't watch party with the chat that I've kind of done everything in ones with. You know, they've been alongside with me, and you know, it'd be nice to interact with them when 1v1 RLCS is finally in. But I think at the end of the day, being on the broadcast is probably a step above.
Oh, and I mean, it's cool to see it get there, and awesome that you got to be a part of it and still are. And now you see this play here, Mech delaying. Evoh has done a few pre-jump plays defensively. It's worked out for him most times, but Mech doing a really good job there of finding that window. Oh, and Evoh beats him, but couldn't get back control of the ball. We'll try to play it back for possession. Evoh landing backwards, and we'll stay in reverse, going all the way back to the corner boost. It worked out. Jeeper says Olafir would have left chat behind. Do you mind explaining that? Oh my gosh, a double reset. Look at this.
Evoh is what I like to call the DS
1,
challenge. I don't know if you've ever
2, bang.
followed. Wow, that's filthy. That's one of the better DS challenges. As Mech is asking for a new server, I think.
Is he asking for one right now?
I think so. I think he was hoping for a pause, if I had to guess.
All right.
But
I mean, I guess I could pause it, but I don't think I probably should have.
I mean, it's up to you, really.
I don't know.
At this point, you might as well recreate on a 11423 because you can recreate this game set, right? It's not like you need to restart the game or anything.
All right, no, I feel like we got to. Well, I'll reset. I'm gonna reset from kickoff, and then in the future, you got to play the game out, unless you know, like, you can't just you can't ask for a new server. That would be to try to do that in RLCS would be. Like, no, they're not going to do that.
Fair.
Like, if you ask for a new server at the end of a game. We can do a new server at the end of the game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Teach the youngsters lesson, man.
Well, I mean, if it's like I'm operating based on RLCS.
No, it's good to just pick some set rules and go with it. I think that's fair.
The rule book isn't. We might be seeing some beef here develop. Love this. Evoh might be getting a mind game though. Oh, there's a nice kickoff goal.
This is best case scenario for Mech, who felt like he needed a new server, but now definitely has the mental advantage after 2 straight kickoff goals.
All right. Well, I do feel like I need to set the record straight, though. In RLCS, the only time you can't call for a pause because you want a new server. You can call for a pause if you're having legitimate technical issues. But not.
So what you're saying is Mech should have pulled his internet.
I mean, if I think he's doing that, he loses the game.
No, he won't do
that.
Oh
God!
I think
Mech,
I'm just messing around.
Mech is Mech is talking trash right now. I wonder who performs better when they're heated. Do you have any insight on this, Fear? Does Evoh play well when he's angry?
Evoh for the longest time, the story with him was that he was just behind on the mental game. That he had a tough time with any sort of, like that. Basically, I think what people looked at a lot was his early forfeits. Like when he went down 5-0, that forfeit super early, people would register that as like a tough mental game. He had a tough time coming back in series. I think he's kind of over that. I think he's over that for now, but if anybody, I don't know about Mech yet, so that he's the real question mark. I would think Evoh would be okay after having played so many years in ones. But I mean, Mech is trash talking from being in front right now, so that can't really be too much of a problem. Ooh,
oh, that's nice. A good shot. All right, hopefully everything can get back on track. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I didn't expect this. How are you doing today? Well, we just had a little bit of a dramatic situation. The first little bit of Ascension Protocol drama. I love it. I also don't condone it. And maybe I don't love it then. But Mech called for, it seemed like he was calling for a pause when he just wanted a new server. I should have just typed no.
That's all right. You can blame me.
Wait
I'm pretty
until
sure
the end of the game. That's okay.
I encouraged the pause.
No, it's all right. We'll make it through. You got to live and learn. Evoh going for an air dribble bump. Got it. It looked like somebody got a piece of it. I don't know if it was Evo's tire or Mech, but I feel like that has added a whole extra layer of stakes to this game.
The good news for Mech is he does come away with, points still. Or actually, both of them come away with points if they end up tying each other, right? So,
they both will get 2 points because you win 9, only lose 7. So they both be better off, or they would both still be better off than not have been queuing at all. That makes sense. 2-point gain. Evoh going for a bump, didn't land it. Mech has a lot of boost actually. It's gonna have enough for a power flick.
Oof.
Save from Evoh. Evoh's backwards. Mech will opt to get the corner boost and take it back. Time on his side right now. Evoh. Really nice challenge from Evoh there. Will we see a quick chat? Did you see much chatting or quick chatting in the RLCS ones?
No. I can't remember any meaningful quick chat. The most interesting kind of drama type things related to that was how people would take timeouts when winning. It was like almost exclusive. The 1v1 players would take timeouts after winning, which is just very obviously you never seen. I don't know if that's ever happened.
No, it's.
In,
I mean, I think it has happened
threes.
one time. I remember it happening before, but it's a rarity. I think I only remember it happening one time. Yeah, that's Hogan mode. So not Zane says Hogan
That's
mode
right.
did it once.
Yeah.
Buy gold. Store it under your bed. There we go. Reset. Evoh. Evoh has scored 3 times by getting a flip reset and just letting the ball bounce. And
Yeah,
Mech
I mean,
says you're the best at those.
I mean, it's convincing. He's doing a good job of floating right behind the ball, where if he does use his flip, stop typing and play, teach me Unk.
He calls Evoh Unk is preposterous.
Oh.
Evoh going for the double tap. Oh, so close. Evoh, another double tap. The little bouncer's not in. Does secured it. We got a tie ball game. Oh my gosh, I feel the nerves now. This has become a grudge match. What would you title this YouTube video, Fear?
That's just good content. That's just good content.
Just good content, 1v1. Also, there is a player in queue right now as well, waiting. Evoh. Ooh, he got beat, I think. Oh, just got back in time. Didn't land cleanly on the back wall. Has no boost. Will launch it high and try to get some boost now.
That was a good play on 0 from Evoh. Ton of power on the pop in order to buy him time here, but he's back to Shadow. Mech could probably afford to go for a double jump bump or so here. He's gone to the flick game every time he's had space, and what Evoh has done is gone to the aerial game and gone to the aerial bumps. And another fake is going to be important here. 7-6 with 35 seconds left to go.
Evoh says thanks when there was no quick chat. This is too spicy for me. I'm like the person who says, "Come on, everyone, let's sing Kumbaya and get along."
That's not what 1v1 needs. 1v1 creates the draw. There's a reason why it's called the Salt Mine.
Oh.
Nice shot from Mech.
Ground pinch. Gets up, gets the reset. Good vision. Evoh pre-jumps, tries to cover as much as he can, but the ground pinch was too good.
I like what I've seen from Mech. His offense is varied. Ooh, really good Zap Dash. By the way, was it around Turf Wars that I feel like Zap Dash took off as a term because of Turf Wars? So what is going to happen next because of Ascension Protocol?
I really don't want to say that's the case. Hold on. Off the post. Oh, I thought Evoh could have finished it there, but he does it. 0 seconds. Evoh clutching up in the highest stakes game we've seen since the beginning of Ascension Protocol. Evoh getting the dub.
I was going to say this earlier. Mech, his offense is varied. I like what I've seen from him in terms of a lot of up-and-coming 1v1 players. Sometimes they don't seem like they have the arsenal. It seems like they're almost being able to win based off of really high IQ play, like kind of almost relying on just smart, low 50s, maybe flicks, that kind of stuff in ones. And those players are usually capped out. They usually have a tougher time. Well, my dog wants to give it input too.
Give him a mic.
Someone must have knocked on the door. So I guess it's all you now.
All right, well, I'm not sure what is going on. The players aren't joining the team right now, but that's okay. We got match admin. All right, we're kicking off Game number 4 here. Fear's dog was going nutso. So I think he's trying to take care of his dog. But also shout out to Fear. An amazing 1v1 content creator who's been on the grind for a long time. Joining us on the mic. Could have been streaming on his own stream with 10 times the viewers, or more. Chose to stop by and hang out. Really appreciate that. And also appreciate everybody out there who is supporting Ascension Protocol. And not saying exclamation point AP. Also, thank you for the happy partner anniversary, Arcs. I do appreciate that. And Rolo, it's good to see you, Rolo. Long time no see. But this, my name is Jamesbot. I am an RLCS commentator. Been doing it since the beginning of RLCS. I also have been organizing tournaments, and in the past, I would organize events with Rizzo. But ever since Rizzo died in Rocket League, he's still alive. Just got married. Send him congratulations if you see him. But I decided to just do stuff out on my own channels, so that I can't go through that heartbreak again.
I'm back. There was nobody at the door and nothing going on. Would you believe that?
I would. I have a dog as well. So I'm like, who are you barking at? A squirrel?
Well, my sentiment seems to be cursed because this is going to be my 3rd time trying to say it, but Mech has varied offense. He's got a really good array of attacks that makes me feel like he's got a promising future in ones. What it seems like he's done wrong so far against Evoh, I mean, he's missing his kickoff, but everybody misses kickoffs on occasion. Evoh with just a nice delay. Is he gives space a little bit too often on defense, and Evo's been able to punish with shadows or with double jump bumps and various aerial punishments to such passive defense. So hopefully he can switch that around, although this delay kickoff was supposed to be something that went for Evoh.
Moon.
Instead, it goes to Mech.
Well, I did notice that as well. Cosmic exploited that quite a bit in their matchup. Mech had very good offensive firepower, but defensively was getting figured out by Cosmic. However, the defense does seem to have improved. Evoh will get a demo, immediately shooting on target, and that's one thing that has been true this game that I've seen, Fear, is Evoh from the long-range power shots has been pinpoint accurate.
Yeah, it's important too. I think Mech actually hasn't been bad either. There's been a couple times, you know, there's lots of moments in ones in which the net is open for a good player and maybe not for a bad player who can't get the kind of power and speed to execute on it quick enough to convert. But Evo's always been one of those guys who's been really good at it. And sometimes it's kind of like the difference between some of the best players, like First Killer and Daniel are maybe 2 of the best in NA. And it's kind of simple. It's almost, it seems funny that that's what makes them so good, but it's like, yeah, they just hit the ball really hard and fast like every time they can. And they just do it to a level that people can't match. And that's just part of what makes them special.
Well, honestly, that reminds me of Marky Duda of old. He was known for that. He would just get the ball bouncing and could hammer it perfectly where he wants to. And you see Mech had Evoh on a string there.
This is classic. I mean, it's not a bounce dribble. It is just a roller, but the roller across the net where you can fake the hook in multiple times. Super hard to read defensively. Evoh has been trying to pre-jump to cut off high shots, and he gets beat there. Quick kickoff, though. We'll tie it right back up.
Kickoff goal. Evoh stabilizing, and this is a chance for Evoh to get revenge. Also, shout out to Rolo Johnson. For 6 months, you get a new badge for 6. Did you know that Jamesbot was top 5 NA with double tap? Thanks, Rolo. I used to be good at this game. Fear on broadcast, the largest of W's. Yeah, shout out to Fear. Really appreciate you hopping on, Fear. I thought you were going to kick on your own stream, man. You still can.
That was the plan, but I think I didn't realize when it started, and then it got going late enough that I was like, oh, there might be just one more match. Am I really going to boot it up and then just do this one match? And then there might not be.
Because you were live earlier. You were live earlier with the Mina action.
Or can I just hop on with James? And so I'm glad that you accepted me here.
Dude, anytime. Anytime you want. Appreciate you coming out. And Evoh, when we were talking, scored that go-ahead goal gets a big bump here and will get another goal. Evoh, I think this might be his game. It seems like he's fed off the energy, so to speak.
I think that game number 3 was, you know, my community gives me a lot of flack for labeling various games what I like to call must-win games that are not necessarily must-win. Like right now, Mech is must-win because if he doesn't, he loses. But I think game 3 was almost to that level. Like, a game that he held, that there was some trash talk when he's playing against somebody who, even though he won in the last series, you know, is historically not going to be favored against. I think he needs to put himself. He needs to win all the close ones. Every close game needs to fall his way. I think if he wants to close out a series against a guy like Evoh. And game 3 didn't go his way. Evoh now pulling away. I think that one was the pivotal point.
And the BM, the trash talk. Maybe that just lets Evoh get super powered, but Evoh does give up a goal here. I think maybe he was expecting Mech to be up there, and Mech never went. Mech has showed a lot of patience playing against Evoh. He's not like over eager whatsoever. Evoh has been a little pre-jumpy. Losable, says Not Zane. It's very true. 1 goal lead. Mech's in the air. Used up a lot of boost on that play, and Evoh will get back to the corner. Mech in a tough spot when it comes to boost. Evoh has the ball bouncing, goes for a hard shot. It's high, off the bar. Evoh doesn't get the corner, instead tries to keep the attack going and commits heavily there with not much boost, and now this will be Mech's ball. Evoh trying to get the corner boost, and a good challenge by Evoh. I thought Evoh was in the bad spot in this situation, Fear, but good quick challenge.
Yeah, I think one thing that Mech has done multiple times now that is definitely something to think about going forward is when you collect the ball and you're able to get dribbles, players do not want to kill the bounce or drop it off the front of their car. You lose a ton of your available options. It makes you so much easier to read as a defender. It was a nice kickoff follow-up here, so he's still in this one. But that's what allows Evoh to dive in. As soon as Mech has that ball rolling on the ground, now, you know, a whole degree of options, you know, that vertical pop is now completely gone. It makes it much easier for Evoh to guess where it's going to end up. And that challenge might have ended up securing the game unless Mech can get another kickoff going here. He has midfield 100. Evo's going to pop this high, force some of that boost, and it looks like he's intentionally trying to almost undercut Mech to throw him off even more. But Mech is going to get his possession. Evo's turning in to try and stop it right now. Bit of a risk with low boost. Mech now gets a reset here. Evoh delayed enough time in order to pick up 100 of his own, and now Mech just handed it over again. I mean, I think he's got to find ways to break down Evoh better when he does have ground possessions. Evo's just pogoing for fun here to end this one, which is a bit dangerous because Mech on an air dribble bump.
It hit off Evo's car and went in! What on earth just happened? Evoh had the ball. Mech gave it away. That was going to hit the ground. That was going to hit the ground in B series. It bounced off of Evoh and went in. Oh, and Evoh doesn't get it, but Evoh will turn around. Goes for the shot, and that will be game and match. An exciting one. Evoh gets his revenge. And I think we had a lovely moment between Evoh and Mech that definitely will be one that I remember for a long time to come. We'll go ahead and take a look at the series stats. A really close one, Evoh outscoring by a single goal. And not many demos in this series.